Hello students, now we are going to learn about a virtual function in C++. A virtual function is a member function which is declared within a base class and is redefined, that is, it's overridden by a derived class. When you refer to a derived class, object using a pointer or a reference to the base class, you can call a virtual function for that object and execute the derived class versions of the function. And virtual functions ensure that the current function is called for an object regardless of the type of reference or pointer used for a function call. These are mainly used to achieve a runtime polymorphism. So, what do you mean by a runtime polymorphism? Runtime polymorphism is achieved only through a pointer or reference of base class type. Also, a base class pointer can point to the objects of base class as well as to the objects of derived class. Late binding, that is runtime, is done in accordance with the content of pointer, that is location pointed to by pointer, and early binding, that is compile time, is done according to the type of pointer, since print function is declared with virtual keyword, so it will be bound at runtime. Output is print derived class as pointer is pointing to object of derived class. And function show is non-virtual, so it will be bound during a compile time. Output is show base class as pointer is of base type. And what are the rules for virtual functions? Virtual functions cannot be static and also cannot be a friend function of another class. Virtual functions should be accessed using pointer or reference of base class type to achieve a runtime polymorphism. The prototype of virtual functions should be same in base as well as in derived class. They are always defined in base class and overridden in derived class. It is not mandatory or it is not compulsory for a derived class to override. In that case, base class version of function is used. Just look at the diagram. If object of the class is created, then a virtual pointer, that is VPTR, is inserted as a data member of the class to point to a vtable of that class. For each new object created, a new virtual pointer is inserted as a data member of that class. Irrespective of object is created or not, a static array of function pointer called vtable, where each cell contains the address of each virtual functions contained in that class.